Hello everyone, our group name is B2XY and our group members are Xitong He, Bingtao Gu, Xinyi Mao, and Yuting Lang. And our research question is how to design and think about the outdoor public facilities that can help visually impaired people from various aspects. In today's presentation, we have organized 5 research results that can answer our research question. The first point is Canadian outdoor public facilities such as Braille can help visually impaired people understand text information independently in urban life. Braille can help people with visual impairments to get text information in urban life through the design of raised three-dimensional points so that they can understand text information independently in urban life. Without the help of Braille, visually impaired people would not be able to identify information independently in public areas.
So the second point is with a humanized way to remind the visually impaired people's travel safety and retain the beauty of public facilities. So used to differentiate between a sidewalk and a curb. For example, a bright white or yellow line to the edge of the curb, which will differentiate it from the dark pavement. Plus the raised texture blind paths at the edge of the steps as well. Designers uses the method of improving color contrast, patterns, and texture to guide the directions of low visual people when they go out, which is aesthetically pleasing and humanized. An original curb is unfriendly to the visual impaired because they don't have cues when they go out, such as a raised blind path. So people will more likely to have a risk such as a fall. Originally, public facilities cannot guarantee the travel safety of visually impaired people.
Well, the third point is, as the design of a roadway and a public facility with a sound function in the city, the travel safety of visual impairments needs to be taken into account and taken into consideration. For example, the familiar roadway design, such as the APS system, has a guiding role in the visual impairment. Have you ever paid attention to pedestrian crossing in your city? Moving safely ought to be a fundamental and inalienable right. It's an essential condition for the social participation of all. Sound usually plays a necessary role in visual impairment's life. To travel independently, people with a visual impairment mainly use auditory and textual information. Some of them can use their remaining sight and are very sensitive to brightness contrast. Roadway and facility design in public must take their needs into account to enable them to identify safe pedestrian paths, detect the streets, and know the proper time to cross as well. As a designer, consideration that visual impairment should be treated equally and having trouble guaranteeing the social group, such as public facilities as traffic lights with APS systems, play a very important role as eyes. With the application of science and technology in nowadays life, the APS system, which is accessible pedestrian signals, can move effectively, bring a guiding role for the visually impaired person during their travel. And it proves security and reminding rules to assess the visual impairment through dangerous intersections.
So our fourth point is the public facilities graphic design can help visually impaired people recognize information more quickly. The diversified graphic design in public facilities are not only about aesthetics but also help some visually impaired people to distinguish information more quickly, just as different shapes of traffic lights can help people with color blindness or color weakness to distinguish traffic light situation more easily and are also suitable for other citizens. The graphic design not only includes humanitarian functionality but also enhance the aesthetic of the public facilities. So our last point is the design of public facilities should be humanitarian and socially inclusive to help visually impaired people better integrate into urban life. Humanitarian and socially inclusive public facilities often have an indirect relationship with the visually impaired people and provide assistance. For example, the road sign for the visually impaired people represent the inclusiveness shown by the city and can be the most powerful indirect help for the visually impaired people.